All over the world, different countries, regions, and cultures tell stories of monsters, ghouls, or ghosts to keep unruly and disrespectful children on their toes. In America, he is infamously referred to as the Boogeyman, a supernatural being who likes to punish and kidnap misbehaving children. Some Latin cultures refer to him as El Cucú, who would come to the house of disobedient children at night and take them away. In Brazil or Portugal, he is called the Sack Man, an ugly skinny man who carries around with him a large sack over his shoulder. He uses this bag to kidnap, then later eat, disobedient children. In Japan, parents warn their children about namahage, demons wearing long straw coats, knocking door to door, asking for children who might be lazy or behave really badly. In Thailand, there is one tale of the Boogeyman that scares many children like no other, as this actually was a real person which, until recently, could have been viewed in a museum in Bangkok. Parents would take their unruly children to visit him and scare them back to obedience. These parents would tell tales about none other than Ouey. Welcome to Howtodealyt. Creep your way to the like icon, curdle your blood onto the subscribe button, and shout at us down below in the comments section. If you're not frightened or paralyzed in terror, then let us begin. Before parents would try to scare their kids by reiterating the tale of a killer cannibal who would eat children, Ouey was born in China in 1927. He later went on to fight for his country in 1945 in the Second Sino-Japanese War, often regarded as the beginning of World War II in Asia. According to Thai government records, Ouey engaged in cannibalism during the war, eating parts of his enemies when supplies ran low during a siege, while his comrades ate grass. He immigrated to Thailand once the war was finished. His first attempt at murder took place on April 10, 1954, where Ouey dragged an 8-year-old girl by biting her on the neck. She luckily escaped. His first murder happened in the next month, on May 19, during a nighttime event. A young girl was found stabbed in the throat with many of her organs missing. In 1958, a local resident sent his 8-year-old son to the markets to buy some things needed to cook. Although the child would sometimes take the long way home, this time, he never made it back at all. The child's father went out to look for him later that evening, extremely concerned about the whereabouts and safety of his own child. On his way, he stopped by the local gardener to see if he happened to have seen his son pass by somewhere. He happened to notice the gardener with an open fire, burning some brush. As he came closer, he noticed an odd object being burned. It was a small leg, similar to that of his own son's leg. While checking the rest of the burned debris, it was without a doubt his son. He attacked the gardener and subdued him before calling the police on him. When questioned by detectives, he admitted to killing the 8-year-old and 5 other children with zero signs of remorse. He expressed how he was violent towards the victims and how he liked the taste of the meat. He described how the 8-year-old did come by his shop for vegetables, but Ouey stabbed him in the neck, dying immediately. Ouey cut out the boy's liver, heart, and kidney, and stored the rest of his organs in the kitchen to consume for later. It is believed he ate the victim's heart and liver so he would gain enough strength to become immortal. In South Asia, people who practice black magic believe that consuming your enemy's liver will grant you magical powers and strength. It is said to be practiced during times of war in order to steal the enemy's strength and at the same time dehumanize them. It is believed to be related to the samurai's beliefs that every man's courage resides in their guts. This is why they perform Seppuku, a ritualistic suicide by disembowelment, to restore honor to themselves and so their enemies wouldn't eat their livers. While in court, he didn't fight for his innocence. The trial lasted 9 days, where he was initially sentenced to life. However, this decision was appealed by the prosecutors, and he got the death penalty instead. He was executed in September 16, 1959, by a firing squad. The story made it to the front page of the newspapers. He was nicknamed the Murderous Cannibal and became synonymous as Thailand's Boogeyman. Ouey's body was preserved and used for medical testing before being embalmed and put on display at a forensic medical museum in Bangkok. Humanitarian activists successfully campaigned for Ouey's corpse to be removed from display in August 2019, and in July 2020, his remains were cremated at Wat Bang Frek Thai Temple by Buddhist monks in a neighboring town.